Hey, welcome back to our Mother Day special of the Southern Stew, everybody. My name's Gina.
Melissa.
Stephanie.
Cynthia.
She
Talking
does
over
it
me.
every time. Keep going back behind.
And today we have a very, very special guest for our Mother Day special. Our mom. Her name is Marie.
Hi. You're
So
incredible.
our mama was willing to come on here, so everybody kind of go easy on her. We're going to ask her some questions.
She was gracious enough.
Very gracious to come and grace us with her beautiful presence today.
No twisting her arm.
So now you guys can kind of get to know her and kind of see where we get our crazy. So,
She don't.
all right. So, to start out, instead of putting mom on the spotlight right off the bat, I'm going to start myself. All of us here are moms. And the reason why I think Mother's Day is in particular is important is because especially as we get older and we move away, we start having our own lives, it's important to look back on the person who was always there for us and who took care of us and taught us throughout the years. So when we're young, we make the silly little dandelion things in school and we bring them home, and those are sweet. But I think the more special things is after, I guess, when you get older and you remember to say, Mom, thank you for always being there. Two of us are, or actually three if you count Mom, are empty nesters. And two of us still have school-age children still living with us. Well, I was going to say living with us at home, but Melissa still has one living with her. But, it's not school-age anymore. So three have adults. Me and Cynthia have still young children. So tweens. It's the great age of twinning. So I'll go ahead. Let's see. All right, Mom. These are the questions that we prepared for you. All right, Mom. What's it like having 5 girls?
Awesome. I love it. I love my girls.
Is there any funny or memorable anecdotes that you could think of that you'd like to share about having 5 girls in particular?
They try to kill one another.
Where people saying you've got 5 girls?
How did you do that? How'd you do that? No problem.
Did you need a quiet space?
Yeah, I'd have to go and hide somewhere. Or my kids go to bed and then have my time to myself against my bed. And keep the TV turned down so you won't bring us up.
I know I was shocked when I got a certain age to find out that the expanded neighborhood around us, not just our neighbors and stuff, knew about us in particular. Like, they knew about the 5 girls. And so there was that, bit of notoriety, I guess, attached.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, they were sweet girls and everybody knew it.
All right. Let's see.
They thought they did.
Reflecting on our childhood, what are some of the fondest memories of raising 5 daughters?
Gee.
She don't have any.
No.
Probably a lot.
Well, there's a lot. There's too much to mention, but I mean, it just kept me busy and didn't have time to think about too much.
Like, if you could make it one for each one of us, what is one memory that just pops out, say, of Stephanie?
You can't whip me. My daddy will whip you, get you.
Yeah.
I went to whip her one time and she went right around in circles.
Daddy's favorite.
Here's the
Okay.
reason why she was always like, she's neat.
Yes.
Didn't even do nothing. She just do
Didn't
it just
touch
so
her.
she doesn't get in trouble.
Miss Tattletale.
All right.
Hey, I was smart as a kid. I had it figured out, right?
Mm.
Thought you did.
All right, Mom. How about Regina?
Don't make me go in the bathroom. She hated the bathroom more
Mm.
worse than
I was
anything
terribly
Because-
claustrophobic.
because
Terribly.
of her older sisters.
What did they do to Gina?
Namely, Debbie.
They would take her and catch her in the bathroom, and they would turn the light out till she couldn't reach the light switch, and they would turn it out and hold the door.
Wouldn't let me out. So I became really claustrophobic.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Is that right, Melissa?
Plus, it's like I played the fifth.
It might have been more Debbie.
It was a lot, Debbie. She was evil, but I'm still working through therapy.
Okay. What about Debbie?
Debbie was meaner than a striped snake.
Can confirm.
I can remember that she would take out all her dolls, like that behind the chair, and she'd steal my camera and take pictures of it, but she didn't do it, and her foot would be in the picture.
Now I know what's funny, Mom, is that in one of our past episodes, Melissa was actually talking about that very same thing where she was taking pictures of her dolls behind the couch or the chair.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and she left the cigarette lighter. She caught her dad's pants on for her several times and burnt the house down.
I remember that happened.
Yep.
Yeah, she was my fire bug.
Okay.
Well, that and
about-
the firecrackers that she carried.
The other bird kept the snakes in her pocket. Yeah. The crawdads was. I was 8.5 months pregnant with Cynthia, and I was cooking. And she come in there and put a salamander on my shoulder. She tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked, and it about scared me to death. That went in labor right there.
That was her.
I see the older.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely
about-
She was bad to eat coal. Remember that when she was little?
And rocks.
Yeah, she'd eat it.
You know
And
she's
was-
gonna
well,
kill
maybe
us.
maybe she'll shit diamonds.
I took her to the doctor, and they said she was lacking iodine in her blood, so I had to put iodine in her milk.
My mom used to say she'd eat rocks like a chicken.
That's true. Especially
She's like, what do you think you are, a damn chicken?
the little sandstones.
Yeah.
And Gina, I can remember one time my mom gave her some dough where she'd made some dumplings. And she told her to take them out and give them to the chickens.
Listen, I was a very upstanding member of DARE, thank you very much. And because Mama had no teeth, when she said dough, it was dope. And I was like, I would even that's how straight and narrow I was. I was willing to turn in my own grandmother because she had dope.
You went out there and you come back and you said, Mama will dope kill you. Lord, yeah, honey, dope, you can't eat
And
dope.
I was snacking on the dough, and I didn't know it was dope. My God, I've heard terrible things. Terrible things.
And
I locked
No.
myself in the room and wouldn't I would not go out because Mama, I was sure Mama was a drug dealer, and I was told to stay away from drug dealers. And so Mama had to call Mom to get her up there to get me out of that damn bedroom because I wouldn't come out. I
Yep.
wouldn't come out.
That's fine.
I was afraid of the dope, but it was just freaking dough.
I remember laughing about that so hard.
She's like, you come out of here. She meant dough, Gina, not dope. What the heck are you talking about? And then when I finally came down, Mom, she's like, I'll whoop your ass, but this is too funny.
Yeah.
And
And what
we were
about
just
Melissa?
Melissa.
Go ahead.
What about Holly?
What about Melissa? Well, the best thing, well, there's a couple of things that I remember about Melissa the most. Number one thing was when I come home with Debbie, she refused to go home. And she said, I'm not going home. So my mom and them had built a building to put stuff in. So she went outside and she said she was running away and we could not find her nowhere. She was hid in that building and she wasn't there. She went to sleep. And I
Oh.
told Mama, I said, I'm going to the house and I'm going to look and see if she'd walked out there. Then she called me later and she said, well, we found her. She's in the building in the corner, curled up asleep.
I've never heard that story.
Melissa didn't want no sister.
No, she didn't want one. Send them back.
Oh my God.
What
She got
more did
4
she
more.
know? She didn't find
Yeah.
them on their own. She said Debbie done destroyed it.
Debbie broke her in really well.
Melissa's favorite toy was a truck.
And then I turned around and saved her life.
Yeah. Had her by the hair of the head. She did. She saved her life and Angel walked right by her and didn't see her. I just wondered if she hadn't drowned. But she held on to her, and how she held on to her, I don't know. That's still water.
I'm just glad her hair was good and rooted in that scalp of hers.
That redhead.
It was strong back then. I don't know about now. And then there was one time Melissa, the only other time really, Melissa, yeah, she was always, I would always put a pamper on her every night when she went to bed, keep wet in the bed. That's when she was about 8 months old, and I put one on her, and she'd take it off. And she came through there, and I said, Melissa, don't take your diaper off. Me not want it. Me not want it. I said, why? She said, me not pee bed, Mommy. Me not pee bed. And that young, she quit wetting in her diaper. She'd go potty.
Go, Melissa.
8
This
months.
is like, I'm a big girl now.
Yeah.
I
And
was
she got
over
too
to
big, though, for a while. I know we had to go over to their Orange's uncle's to fix the stove. Me and your dad took her with us. Remember that, Melissa? And so that old house that they lived in, it was sort of scary. And they didn't have
Oh,
the
yes,
light
I
in the
do.
bathroom. And so
I remember.
Melissa said, I gotta pee. I gotta go to the bathroom. Mom might go to the bathroom right in there. The door's got a lamp on. And I said, come on, let's go in here to the bathroom. She said, no, take me home. And it was cold. She would not go in there. And I said, if you pee in your pants, you will get a whipping. And I had to make her go in there and stay with her. And she wouldn't go, and she really didn't want to go then. And,
I was terrified of that bathroom. It was
but you
creepy
could
as
see her
crap.
shadow, and it made,
Yeah.
it made her look so big. There's a monster in there.
Oh.
I remember that. It traumatized me.
That's really all the bad thing that Melissa didn't really ever do much bad stuff.
Well, I never.
That I know of.
Don't make her head.
That I know
Mom.
of.
What about Cynthia?
Let's see. Now, Cynthia, me think.
Come and see me sometime.
Give Mom ideas. She just come up on these
She
on her
knows
own.
about you like that.
Mom's thinking of, she's rifling through her files trying to find the worst one.
I remember.
There's a lot.
I can remember her dad. Your dad took and nailed her dress down up in the top of the garage, and she fell, plumb out of it.
That's
and
what's
had-
wrong with her. She
No,
fell from the roof.
Yep. I didn't take her
And
to the
not so
hospital. He
sensitive,
said all
Timmy.
that.
He did scare us pretty bad. We thought
Yeah.
she damaged internally.
Yeah, I thought so. And then they like, you don't have to take her to the hospital, but she's all right. I went, we don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy is I remember when this happened because me and my cousins we had just rode our bikes up and down, the road, and we were beside the house where the plum tree was, and we were with our bikes, and we didn't actually see her fall, but we heard it. And when she hit the ground, it went I guess she hit it with her chest and it knocked the air out of her. But when it did, she squeaked. It's the hardest thing to explain. But yeah, she went like that, and we heard we're like, what
She
the hell?
actually she landed on her back because I remember we went in the front yard. I remember,
See, I had just come home from work, and
Yeah, you were in the house.
yeah. And
well,
so I took
and she went, and when she did
I took her
catch her
straight back
breath,
to the house.
she went to screaming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Yeah.
she quit breathing, and Dad picked her up and shook her. She was all blue, and then all of a sudden she took a big, deep breath, and then just went to screaming.
I
I
don't
remember some of
remember
it
it.
from the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. I remember being upstairs and looking over, and I remember seeing the rock pile underneath. And I remember leaning, and next thing I know, I'm falling. And I don't remember anything else after that.
Pop it out.
Like, I don't. It's weird because I was little. I was like, how little? Like 3, 4?
You wasn't that too? I think it
You
might have
ain't-
been 2.
It's weird because I just remember the what happened before, but I don't remember
This-
the after.
The sensation of falling, maybe.
It was really weird. Like I can remember it, like looking
I
over
can't
the
even remember
edge.
who had her. When I come home and you told me that she fell out of the top of the building,
It had just happened,
and then
right before we
Mhm.
got home.
I grabbed her right there and there, and I didn't waste no time. I took her straight to the emergency room.
Okay, on a lighter note, let's just move on. What's
right.
the best piece of advice, a piece of parenting advice, Mom, that you received or discovered through raising 5 daughters?
Always talk to them and not beat the tar out of them too bad. But the best advice was that I was always told is just be their friend, and they would be, I could get them to do whatever I wanted them to do.
Manipulate those children.
Yeah. And I could talk against that way against with the well, no, Jens was scared to death, but now Debbie would come and talk to me. Jens was afraid of me, afraid I'd beat you to death.
That's because Davy was equally as. She was just evil. She was scared of nothing.
She ain't evil. She just.
Well, she did. She came and told me a lot of stuff when she was, at least when she becoming dating and boys and stuff like that, and what she thought of and everything. I remember once beating the snot out of that one girl in town. I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, in all fair honesty, she provoked me. I wasn't going to do it
Yeah,
until she
she was
provoked
with
me.
your
So.
boyfriend. She was with your boyfriend. You should have got him too.
And I really did. And
So
I really
I-
didn't like him, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice.
I've always had really good relationship with all my girls, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
I
this
know
is
I've been-
a good question to ask each one of us. Stephanie, that same question. What is the best parenting or piece of advice that you've received or discovered as being a mom?
Well, definitely the friendship thing. But you also have to set boundaries. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I really think discipline is important with raising a kid. I don't believe in letting them run crazy, because then they don't respect you.
No, Jens didn't do that either.
I just don't think they do. And I think, my best advice is remember that discipline comes first and then friendship when you're raising a kid. And you got to learn to set boundaries with them.
Just tell them straight out.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do, and you do what I say, and then when you become all right.
Mm-hmm.
If you cross that line, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to discipline your kid.
No, I don't want to hurt my heck, though. I wanted to cry every time I whipped one of you.
No. Yeah. Melissa, what about you?
Well, the same thing, because you don't want to, you don't want to raise people that's going to be terrible civilians in the world. That's going to be just terrible to deal with. But you got to really listen to your kids, because they're their own person. They're not you. They're somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
They're their own person. And you got to be willing to listen to what they have to
Yes.
say.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you're not going to agree with it all the time, you need to listen and just give them guidance, whether they take it or not. Because eventually, I mean, they're not going to all the way. Always will they, Mom?
No.
No,
And
because I
you
got
and
one. I had one in particular one, and she'd say, I try to correct her and tell her how to do something. She'd look right at me and she'd say, Mom, you made your mistakes. Now let me make my own mistakes.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who that was?
How'd you know?
But yeah, you gotta let them learn on their own. They've got to find themselves, and if they feel like you're going to control them, they're really going to rebel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but
you've got to let them learn on their own and fall on
Been
their
there,
face.
done that.
Yeah, you've got to let them fall on their face and just be there to pick them up when they do.
Yep.
Well, I can't say that. I remember when I said that the first time to Mom, she looked at me like, "What did you just say?" And like she was just taken back, like, and she's like, and I remember her looking at me and going, "Okay," and that was it. And I was like, "Okay," but I have to say, as far as like from that point on, I guess I felt as a kid, tween or whatever, I felt obligated after that to show my mom that she didn't have to worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would always try and make really good decisions. I always didn't do a good job. Sometimes I made some really shitty decisions. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
What about you, Cynthia?
Me? Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to.
Lessons.
I don't want to repeat what everyone said. Those are the things I use in my parenting. But I
The
think
beatings.
the thing that I think I took to heart with parenting my son is letting him speak his mind, and not talking to him at a young age as a child. I talk to him like he's an adult. I think that's the reason why he's intelligent to this day. And it might be different from other people, but I treat him as his own person and give him his own space. But he knows that there is boundaries, and he knows that I won't spank him, but I will ground him for months on end from everything he loves. And he doesn't like that. But he knows, okay, I'm going to push Mom just a little bit, see how far I could push her. But then I give him that look, and I'm like, and I'll say his first name, middle name, and I look at him. I'm like, you really want to go there? He got through a 2-month grounding recently, so yeah, all I had to do is just mention this one thing to him. And
Oh, that's a
just
mom. Listen, that's a mom thing always. When you give that first and middle name, they know mom means business.
Yep.
Crazy. I've
Yeah,
never
no,
had to do that.
Well, I said, well, where you at? Believe me.
I'll never forget Evelyn was up here. It was tough Saturday. And she was getting into something. And mind you, she was maybe a year old. She was a little bitty. Still had the bald head, peach fuzz growing on her head. And she kept getting into something. And I said, Evelyn, you like it? Just a stern voice. And I used her middle name, and she was in the mid, and she just froze. And the kid stood there like a statue for a good 3 minutes. And I cracked up. Everybody was in there, and it was all like, look at her. I had to go pick her up and give her a hug.
Well, then you're doing that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. But yeah. Jenna, go ahead.
Oh,
let's hear yours.
um, I don't know. I think one of the important things, and maybe it's because it harkens kind of back to myself as a child, but with my son, is that he has control of his own destiny. My goal as his mother is to keep him safe and to teach him about the world. Everything else is up to him. Whether or not he decides to go to college, becomes a tradesman of some sort, digs ditches, whatever it is that he becomes later on in life, he has control. I've always been super proud of him. And important too is to let him know that he can always fall back on God. So if he just needs to pray, he can always pray. So
That's good.
All right,
All
next
right.
question, Cynthia.
Mom, how do you navigate the unique personalities and interests of each of your daughters while ensuring everyone feels loved and supported?
I'm the same with every one of them.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our
All
Logan's
right.
all the same. They every one of Logan's different from my book.
You know I'm
bullshit.
the favorite.
Yeah.
You
I tell you, Abram's my favorite. Abram,
Aw.
the great grandkid. Well, no, I got Jay.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah.
So, girl.
Yeah.
And the twins.
I think we could
And
skip the next question.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yes.
All right.
All right, my question: when has been the hardest time for you to play referee or mediate between us, when we've gotten an argument or in a fight?
Oh, wow.
That's happened a lot.
That
Yeah.
happened a lot, but it get over and sit down and hug one another.
I remember that. Do you remember that, Melissa?
Yeah, she pointed out how stupid it was to what we're fighting over or whatever and be like, what you did was wrong. And then she would make us hug it out or, that's your sister.
We should sit us on the couch and make us hug.
She didn't do that with me
That
and
was your
Gina.
punishment.
I remember that.
She didn't do that with me and Cynthia.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
She was tired. She was tired at that point. She's like, let them fight.
I think, yeah, I was so much older than Cynthia that
Gina
if she
always
hadn't,
protected Cynthia.
I did. At least I was the only one allowed to beat you up. Okay, no one else was allowed to beat you up. I was the only one allowed to beat you up.
Well, it definitely wouldn't have been me because I was changing Cynthia's diapers.
You can ask mom. Mom, tell her. Mom used to say I was a helicopter sister because I would follow you around everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere until you got old enough to where I was like, all right, she's good, and
And then
you wouldn't leave me that frig alone, and then I started beating you. I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
You've done that mainly because you get more. I think the reason why you followed her around so much, you thought that Debbie and Melissa was going to be mean to her the way they done you.
Yeah. Well, that and it was one of the things that just happened was that the older girls were off doing their own thing, and like Melissa and Stephanie and Debbie, they would be around occasionally, but for the most part, they were off doing their own thing. They're tweening out in their own ways. So I became the one that you were like, Gina, watch your sister. Gina, watch your sister. And so I became super sister.
Listen, it was your turn because I had my feel of it. I was like,
Yeah.
you got that one.
Melissa
I
was
changed
double
your
whammy.
diaper. You got her. Because I had Cynthia for a long time after Mom brought her home from the hospital. I took care of her a lot.
I kind of know this next question. I'll go ahead and ask it, Cynthia. What are your favorite traditions or rituals that you, Mom, have established in your own family for us?
There really isn't any.
Yes, there is.
Some.
There is.
Think of Thanksgiving, Mom.
Birthday cakes and Thanksgiving and Christmas get-togethers.
Remember how she would always make her own special birthday cake that she would make by hand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always so good at making them. the cakes. Like, I remember the lambs that you, specifically the lamb.
Listen,
You made two have them
listen.
for Melissa and Uncle.
I wish I could find that picture, but I have that picture somewhere.
Oh Lord, I know the one you're talking about.
When you first started making cakes.
Oh my God. That was so
Listen,
disgusting.
the cake tasted good. It was just the decoration was a little
It would
wonky.
have not hit me up to a. I seen it the other day.
Did you?
Yes. On my bar. And I said, delete that thing.
Sometimes.
Chocolate gravy.
Chocolate gravy.
Chocolate gravy. Can we discuss chocolate gravy for just a
Go
moment?
for it.
We love chocolate gravy. I need to know, where did chocolate gravy come from? Was this something you made up? Was it
No.
something you were taught to make?
That mom was taught. May taught me.
So your
Yeah.
sister May taught you to make that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She taught me to make it when I was 11-year-old.
Okay, so real quick, what's it got in it?
It's got flour. Had about 2 tablespoons of flour, about a third cup of sugar. But you do it to sweetening, about a tablespoon of Hershey's cocoa. And then you put milk in it, and you get all the lumps out of it, and put it on the stove and heat it up. And food thickens, and then you might have to add more milk.
Y'all, she would make this, our listeners, with fresh homemade biscuits. And your tongue would slap your brains out. It's the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So good.
I talked
People
about it
learned
at work
that,
the other
they
day.
never made to make that.
That's true. Did what happened, Jen?
I brought that up at work the other day. They were saying, Lord, Cynthia, you are so hillbilly. For someone that lives in Tennessee, you sound more hick than we do. And I was like, "Pfft." And then they're like, what's some things that you eat that's different in Kentucky? And I brought up chocolate gravy. And the guys was like, the what? And I thought, I was like, well, you guys don't do that here in Tennessee? I bet they do. It's just,
Well, if they think your country, holy hell. They
You
would
can
lose their
actually buy it in a pack, and all you gotta do is add milk to it. It's not as good. You can buy it at the grocery store.
What was that
Can you-
noise?
That's Kodak. He's over here crying.
That was Kodak.
Yeah.
Aw, Kodak. He's like, what's being
I see his tail.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
tail.
He sees the neighbor and he's wanting to go outside so bad he can't stand it.
Alright, so this question is not on the sheet, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. When you have 5 girls, I know, like, one of the traditions is obviously, like, Easter, and we all wore, like, the white tights with the little shoes and the
Baby
big
doll shoes.
boofy dresses and
He
stuff.
was patent leather shoes.
Patent
and
leather shoes.
Whatever, I don't know what the hell it's called. Come on now. So did you have fun dressing us up like
Yes.
dollies?
I
Alright,
love
I
it.
knew it. I knew it.
making
I
the
knew
Daniel
it.
Boone, making the Daniel Boone dresses.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh. I loved my Daniel Boone dress. Mom made me this gorgeous Daniel Boone dress for when I was like, what, Mom, 16? Something like that?
Something
Oh,
like
it
that.
was
You
gorgeous.
Mine
were
was
young
prettier.
too, and I made you a dress when you were a little bitty baby.
Mm-hmm. There's a picture.
You all had dresses ever since you was little.
Yeah.
I figured that I just wanted to ask because I know that if I had 5 girls, I'd be like, well, let's play dress up,
No, that was left up to Yuns.
Was it though?
Remember what you said, the Cynthia with the rollers and all that stuff? And they let me know hair on her head much.
That's very
I do.
true.
So they just grabbed a hold of them little twigs,
Clamp it on there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I was really little. Well, not really little, but littler. And there was pictures of me in dresses for church and everything, and I looked miserable, absolutely miserable. And it's because you knew.
You was not miserable.
I was miserable. Mom would say, Gina, you scratch up those tights, I'll whoop your ass. You get dirty, I'll whoop your ass. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Because she knew.
And you know why?
That order.
I just left the one time we was going to go and have pictures made. And I had Jens all fixed up and everything, and it just come a real good rain. What did Jens do? Went over in front of Steve in their house and got in that big mud hole. Remember that?
Oh.
That was so much fun.
It wasn't fun for
Worth
me.
it.
Oh,
And when we went to
Um,
go have pictures taken, and Cynthia ran into the door and had an egg of a knot.
Buddy, I couldn't see. I was blind.
We know. We're just talking about it. Having a
Just
memory of
pictures
that.
in general.
Yeah.
Could you imagine wrangling that many kids for a picture?
No.
Forget it.
No.
yeah,
You
because
see, Gina had to.
I had to go do it all over again.
Patient of a saint.
I said, you sit down over there, don't you dare move. You ain't going back outside. You're not do it again.
See, Mom talks about, like one of her parenting things was, that she liked to be the friends, but threats were also part of it. Because I remember she would look at me and she'd be like, "Oh, whoop it ass," and I'm like, oh.
You'd
Like,
listen. You'd listen.
still, heck yeah, I would. I don't whoop it.
We knew better.
And if you got caught stealing, what happened?
Oh,
I don't know. I never got caught stealing. I never stole
I
anything.
did. I stole some, those like 25-cent gum. I grabbed it from under the
Sinner.
counter, and I got to the car, and I was about to open it up, and Mom said, "Where did you get that?" And I went, "I got it in the store." And she said, "Did I buy it?" I went, "No, Mom." And she's like, she grabbed my hand, took me back into the store. I had to hand it to the guy at the counter. I had to say I was sorry. Got to the car, got my ass whooped, and then I went home. But guess what? I never stole again.
There you go.
We were over our cousin's house that lived really close, and we were all over there playing. And I seen a picture laying on the table that we were in. Well, I took the picture and I got home and I was like, "Look, Mom, look at this picture." She said, "Where did you get that?" I said, over there.
My
Did
uncle's
they
house.
say you could have that picture? And I was like, "No." She said, "You took that picture, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I instantly started crying because I knew I was in trouble. So she broke a limb and she whipped me all the way there. Not hard, just tap every once in a while. And I would get over there and she made me tell Jan that I took the photo and apologize and give the photo back. And then she gave me a little tap all the way back home.
Well,
And
what's
I
it?
was just crushed.
Game of Thrones. Shame. Shame.
Melissa done the same thing. She
Mm.
stole her cousin Larry's picture and then she had to walk it back.
So,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you were little.
I remember
And
that.
See-
Larry gave Edison the picture of him, his grade school picture, and she wanted because she never got one.
I was too damn gullible. Well, not gullible. I was scared of everything when I was a kid because, like,
Wonder why.
the whole dope thing and stuff. So all it took was if you steal anything, you're gonna go to hell. That was it. That I was never stealing anything. I didn't want to go to hell. So
Well,
yeah.
What was the deal with back in our day, pop came in glass 20-ounce bottles. Y'all
What?
know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Did you remember? It was Gina, wasn't it? She was drinking out of it, and I think Debbie told her, because,
It was always
they're
Debbie.
recyclable, everybody recycled those, and it had the chip out of the top. And Debbie told Gina that she drank glass.
Because it had shivers of ice in it. She and Gina believed and she drove glass.
And Gina thought she was dying. She was bleeding internally, like she full blown panic mode.
Oh, goodness.
She went and told Jan that she was going to die.
Yep.
So this is where the
Jan
watermelon seed came from, wasn't it?
She made
Oh,
the
yeah.
Do what?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's go through it. Let's just go through it real quick. Mo was gonna make my hair fall out. Watermelon said, "Oh, you swallow one that's gonna grow in your stomach until you burst."
She did
It was
that
a
to me.
constant thing. It was a constant thing.
I mean, that's
And-
what siblings do, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, guys. Did she do that to you?
Well, she knows that she can more or less get food dude on you. She couldn't get nothing on Melissa.
easy target.
so
No.
She picked on me.
But she didn't do no picking on Melissa.
Melissa was only a year older than her, and Melissa will whoop her ass.
Yeah, Melissa's old.
Get afraid of
So,
Melissa.
I just realized, our listeners probably don't know what our Daniel Boone dresses look like. So I actually found a picture, and I want to share it real fast.
Is it me? Because I looked gorgeous in mine.
No, that's what they look like.
Oh, you mean this is just a stock photo?
This is just a stock photo. I didn't want to use like a real person.
Well, find mine because I look gorgeous in it. You know, I wonder if anybody got pictures of the Daniel Boone Festival Talent Show that year that I wore at the Daniel Boone Festival and sang them.
My dress was purple, and it was really pretty. Thanks, Mom.
Hot as hell.
Mom was pretty. Say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway.
I've got a picture of all of you in Daniel Boone dresses except for me.
I love it. Hell, make me a new one, Mom. I want a new one.
This one that I've got, there's something freaky over my shoulder in it, and I cannot figure out what that is.
I remember what.
It's the ghost of Christmas past.
I'm telling you, it was scary looking. It's got eyes and everything.
What?
Yes. And if I can find
I
it,
want to see it.
it's
What?
Is that the one that you're talking about that's in Mama's front yard?
yes.
Creepy.
I want to see this picture now. I want to see the creepy picture.
I never could see it.
It's right over my shoulder. It's on my right side of my shoulder.
Is this?
All right, Cynthia.
What?
The next question, I think we should save until the last. All right, Mom. This is the question. This is the question. The most important question. Who's your favorite? Me.
Kodak.
Don't lie, Mom. You know it was me.
No, I don't have no favorites.
Lies and slanders. Say Gina.
I don't have no favorites. They're all equal in my book.
I'm not equal to that thing down there. Are you kidding me?
Hey, you are in my book. I love you all the same. I do any for either one of you the same.
Okay. Okay.
See, I got
Disappointed.
my main boys is Cyrus and Brennan and Tyler and Jason. That's my main boys right there.
There's squeezes.
Yeah, that's my sweethearts.
All right, Mom. Here we go. I'm gonna get some more questions in here real quick.
I want to ask the next one.
All right,
Clear
fine.
those sinuses, Gina.
Not for real.
Mom,
Yeah.
admit it. How often do you accidentally call one of us by another sister's name? And have you ever successfully
I don't
tricked
know how
you
many
into
times.
thinking we were someone else
On the phone.
on the phone?
No, I know your voice, but I pretty much know who I'm talking to on the phone.
It's usually when you're upset and when they're little, when we were little and you were
Oh,
yelling.
no, when you were little, now I go,
go through all of us.
She would go through all of us before she'd be like, and she would correct herself, shit, and then get the name right.
Did Melissa give you Stephanie, Gina's?
Shit!
Whoever you are. Get over.
I'm looking right at you. Bring your ass over here.
Yeah. Now. Not yesterday, now.
All right. Stephanie hasn't asked one in a while. Stephanie asked about the kitchen one.
I'll have to find it first.
What is the funniest or messiest cooking disaster you remember us causing in the kitchen? Did we ever try to, attempt to cook you a meal?
No.
Yes. Burnt toast.
It wasn't
On my
me.
birthday.
It wasn't me.
I think it was Gina.
It had to be because I never
I
tried.
think I remember doing that. I was there, all right.
I still don't like to cook.
Oh, I remember one for you, Mom. Let's see if you remember this. Mashed potatoes on the wall.
Oh, God, that was baked potatoes.
Yeah, that was a whole oven full of baked potatoes.
That was the night that Papa died, and Jens had a babysitter, and my God, Jens destroyed that room.
We had a
If it
food
wasn't-
fight in the bedroom.
With the cousins.
And with the pillow fight to go right along with the mashed baked potatoes.
Just so you listeners know, I was not born at this time, so I was not involved.
There you were.
No, was it?
No,
No.
she wasn't. Not with
Was
Papa.
she?
No.
I remember us having pots and pans on a dish.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so fun.
We had a set of bunk beds in this room and another bed. Or was there? Yeah, there was just one other bed
Yeah.
and bunk bed. And it was all of us, minus Cynthia. And then I want to say there was a couple of cousins in on this too.
Come and learn.
There was.
It was all out war. There isn't anything.
No.
The sad thing is that the potatoes dried on the wall, and it was like putting
Spackle. Yeah, or stucco.
stucco on the wall. It dried like concrete, and it was terrible.
My hand is straight.
And the sad thing is, I was big enough. I knew better.
She knew better.
I just didn't care. I was just like, these damn kids, Mom, they need to get home.
I was so small, I actually sat under the bottom of the bottom bunk. And I would hide there and then, like, occasionally grab something that fell and sling it. Because I was, like, one of the smallest ones. So if I got hit, it was, buh. I was slung across the room.
Oh no, I was throwing those grenades. Listen, I was out to kill everybody.
Well, let me tell you, I got hit so hard by multiple people because I came in there and I stomped my foot and I said, if you guys don't stop, I'm going to tell Mommy when she gets home, you're going to get a whipping. I was pelted instantly. It was like, puh.
Yeah.
You tell we'll whip your butt. So,
Like it
Yeah.
mattered, that's so stupid as to even think, because how could you not tell? There's potatoes all over the wall and the ceiling.
Everywhere.
I have never heard
Yeah.
this story, so it's actually fascinating.
it's funny because I think Debbie and Stephanie and Melissa, all of them were like, it's okay, we'll clean it up before they get home. No.
We didn't know that it was going to be that hard to clean up.
You didn't know that it was going to be that bad, I don't
Yeah.
think. It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
like, when Mom and Dad did get home, they had to go clean it all up. But there was places that they literally couldn't reach because there was, like, potato on the ceiling in a corner somewhere. And that stuff was there for, like, years.
But you think
it
about
was
it.
just like,
The babysitter had no clue.
no clue.
She was on the phone the whole time, so
The
I don't
whole
think
time.
she listened to anything we were doing. But if you think about it, you got that many kids in a room with the door shut, and you hear them laughing and blah blah blah.
Everybody's good.
Yeah, they're good. They're all breathing. They're fine.
Yeah. No one's dying.
No one's crying.
Actually, I do have a question that Mom could answer. Who would you say was the hardest birth?
Gina.
Gina. No, Melissa was.
Yeah, you're her first. By the time she got to me, she was an old hat at it.
Melissa was the hardest one.
Yeah.
How long were
Did
you in
you have
labor?
epidural with all of us or
I
no?
didn't have death in neither time.
Wow.
All 5 times?
All 5 times it's around that.
Even with me?
Go,
Yes.
Mom.
Good.
Jesus. No wonder you're so damn tough. Like,
You're a
I
big
delivered a 9-pound baby with no.
9 pound, 13 ounces, Gina.
Good Lord. She was
That
almost a
was
10-pound baby.
Dang.
I am so sorry, Mom. I feel like you need, I don't know, like $1,000,000 and a vacation or a foot rub. I don't know. Like, you need something.
She's not. I need a new body. I need a new body.
Yeah.
Is what I need.
Get
But
on it.
Melissa, I laid and I hurt in my back, my lower back with Melissa.
And that can
And I went in, I think it was like at 7 o'clock in labor, and nobody kept saying, wait just a little bit longer and you'll have a New Year's baby. And I went, I don't care if she wants out of there. I want her out now. And so she didn't
It
make
kind
it.
of reminds me of what they were saying to me. Like, you gotta have that baby now. You don't want to have it on April 1st. I mean, he came out when he wanted to. He didn't even want to. Apparently, I don't know.
He said,
But
April Fools.
April
I'm
Fools, I'm here.
Yep.
You've been in labor for almost 2 days. Well,
Yeah. Melissa was supposed to have been born on Christmas Day, but she didn't know. She passed it up. She was going for New Year's.
Start out the
God.
new year.
Yeah, she didn't miss it far.
No.
No. And and then I had a black eye when I went into labor with Melissa. Yeah, I did, because we was shooting off fireworks up at my mom's, and labor wouldn't let me shoot a ball rocket. And so he put it down on the sidewalk and told me to bend over and lie. It didn't have a short fuse, and it went off and it hit me in the eye.
my gosh.
And I couldn't see for almost an hour out of my eye.
Now we know why Melissa has blue eyes.
And then when I went and had Melissa, and I laid in labor for so long, and then they took after I had her, and then they took me in there in my room. It was a big ward, and then the nurse come in there and she got me up and took me straight to the bathroom, and I shouldn't have been up that quick.
Oh,
And the next thing I know, the room started spinning, and there's blood everywhere and everything. And then she come in there, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so they just knew I was going to sew the pants off of them. Yeah. And they said, did you do that dry? You hit the sink? I always
yes.
had that. I already had it. But I don't remember that. But yeah.
Gee, oh
Okay, so
my.
how much spicy food did you eat when you were pregnant with Debbie?
Nothing. I like peanut butter milkshakes. I ate the spicy stuff with Cynthia and Eugenia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now what you
That
got?
explains it. Can we see me sometime?
I like the
I don't know.
jalapeno
Am I
peppers
spicy?
and-
I don't think I'm spicy. Am I spicy?
And bitchy.
I like jalapeno peppers and then cheese whiz.
Cheesy. Yeah, I'll take cheesy. I don't know if I'm spicy, though.
I'm spicy. Okay,
Yeah.
Mom. I have a question. Who was
Oh,
your
my.
easiest birth?
That would probably be you.
Oh no, there's 5 years between.
Actually, it was.
Really?
It was Cynthia.
Really?
You are so small.
I was not small.
Not really.
I was 8 pounds.
Debbie was the smallest.
Debbie
she?
was the smallest, yeah.
She weighed 7 pounds, 13 ounces.
That's why she was so evil. She was the runt.
Yeah. And Melissa, Stephanie, and Cynthia weighed 8 pounds. Cynthia
Well,
was
healthy
8 pounds.
babies.
Cynthia was 8 pounds and 1 ounce. And I
Melissa
think
was-
Melissa was 8 pounds and 5 ounces.
Melissa looked like Eddie Munster when she was a baby.
Yeah. It's about gone. You can't see my
Widow's Peak.
Widow's Peak.
yeah, it's
I
gone.
kind of have
I
one.
just
But
got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You can see it just a
Gina,
tiny
you don't
bit.
have
I
one.
just got. No, I don't.
Yeah, you there. I seen it the other day. I see,
She
Dina,
got
I
that
got it.
Yeah. Now
But
you guys
she
know
got
where
that-
she got it from. You got it from Mama. Got the Widow's Peak from Mama.
Yeah.
No, I don't have one. Mine's like straight. Like
Mine is too.
Melissa,
She got that.
out of your two kids, was the oldest the hardest one you had in
Yes.
labor? How long were you in labor for?
Actually, I was past due on my due date, and I drove myself to the hospital. I was like a 3 or 4 for hours and hours and hours, and they put the drip on me, and I walked the hallways of the hospital, and then they broke my water. They had to break it, and as soon as they broke it, I instantly went in. But technically I wasn't really in labor that long, but it was just all in my lower back. It was really bad in my lower back, and then
I had 2 bags of water. I did too. With flowers. I say that's weird.
what?
Had 2 bags of water.
Well, when my water broke, it was all over the kitchen floor in front of my 2 nephews. So
I remember yours was green.
who thought I was pissing on myself? By the way, they were like, "What are you doing?"
From what I seen when you went to the bathroom and watched, it was green. That's when I said you went back to the hospital.
Damn.
Yeah, it had a bowel movement in him in the birth canal.
Well, they got a clear lesson on birth, I guess, that day. I don't know. Because I was sitting there, I just showed them off, like, from upstairs, because we had this bonus room. And they had never been to my new house before. And I was waddling back downstairs. We got to the kitchen. And I was huge. I was full with baby. They were sitting there, they were talking to me about, I think that's where they were going to sleep, was upstairs in the bonus room. Because they were supposed to spend the night that night. And then, so I'm standing there and we're just chit-chatting. And next thing you know, I feel water go down my leg, and I'm like, what is it? I look down, and they both look down to where I'm looking, and there's just, it looks like I'm peeing all over myself. And they're like, I think it was T-Bone. T-Bone goes, Gina, are you peeing on yourself? And I said, I think my water just broke. You guys need to go get Adam, my husband. And they went, fool, they were out of there, man. They were like, oh. So
Yeah.
they took off.
That was one of the things that I wanted. I can't remember who was late getting there. Can't remember who it was. But you went up there with a bunch of us, and then you went back downstairs, and when they got there, you had to take them back upstairs and show them. So there you went up down twice.
Yeah, I went up and down twice, and that's probably what did it, because
It did. We more or less had that plan. We was going to do it to you.
We was gonna make you walk. I remember that.
I was a week overdue, and so they were like, come on, have this baby. You gonna have this baby?
Yeah.
It worked.
so Mom,
Sort
can
of.
I tell you what, I was fit to be tied. I thought Melissa's going to have to beat me to death.
yeah.
It was a very traumatic labor. It was. But I would do it all over again.
Well,
I thought we could whip them every one.
no, I thought I was going to whip you all when I was in labor. Okay? You guys were laughing and thought it was at me, and I was sick and didn't know that Davy over there got soap on her hands and thought it was, what do you call it?
And
Hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
And she was sitting there constantly trying to wipe it off, and it wouldn't come off. It was lathering up, and everybody was laughing at her, and I was get pissed off, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of my room!" I got so mad.
Yeah.
So Mom, can you remember like any like fashion disasters that we might have went through? Like you may have not understood. Like, why are you? That's ugly. Why are you wearing that? Or, you know,
I thought they had everything to put on. Especially Jim.
What?
You what?
Yes.
Now she loved her bell bottoms for sure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Little hippie.
Yeah.
Listen, that was totally the resurgence of the 60s. Hello.
But you were
Yeah.
born in the 60s.
They were bright
Wow.
yellow, weren't they? And they're in a light blue. It was like this color
I had
blue.
bright.
It was
Yeah,
in style.
I had three. I had one that was light blue with light yellow, and one that was pink. But I never wore the pink ones.
I remember the blue ones
I would do.
between a hippie and a grunge
Hmm.
clash.
Well, you gotta understand, all my clothes when I was a teenager were like Goodwill special, and I loved making my own style. So,
Yeah.
Yours was hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-downs.
Yours had
Well-
hand-me-downs, but I always thought you all you clothes for school, though.
well, see, this was back when I was a teenager. At that point, the person who was buying all my clothes was Ed and my stepmother. And she would buy me the most hideous clothes, and I hated it. So I decided to invent my own. So I would get stuff from the Goodwill or from the auction, and then I would patch them here, do a little thing here, do a little spritz uh of bleach there. You know, I made it. I made it for you know. And listen, everybody knew who's the most popular kid in high school. That was me. Thank you. That was me. So it worked.
Yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm. I had a new nickname when I got to another school, and my nickname went from Cookie to Rainbow Bright. So
Rainbow bright because of the blue and yellow pants.
because everything I wore was bright colors. And if you remember, this is like 97, 98. This is when like goth was really taking off because of what's his name, Marilyn Manson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
So Marilyn Manson was like a huge deal at this point. So there was all kinds of goths at this point. And so I come into school, this brand new school that I'm going to because I moved back in with mom, and all my clothes are bright colors. Like I don't have a dull piece on me. And so, and all the people that was in my art class were all goths. Every single one. Black, everything, white makeup, and, you know, and here I am, you know. Look like a damn crayon box had an accident, you know.
Okay, can you recall, Mom, anything particular embarrassing moment that one of us put you through?
God, I'm going to go ahead and hang up.
Yes, they are. Cynthia embarrassed me.
Hiding.
I never will forget it. And it was dang a button. That's the street dance. Remember it, Cynthia?
Was it thong 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 music or something come
Me
on
so-
and she went to get it?
No,
Melissa?
it was.
No, it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
What? Oh. She would sing it and I'm like, oh God, no. And people were looking her no.
Well, to be fair, that's what Melissa and Debbie and Stephanie listened to. And I heard it all the time, that and Ice Baby. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was my two songs, man. I was like, yeah, I'm popular. I'm with the big kids.
Yeah, you already remember, like, please don't let her be playing that around her.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Cardell. I thought you was going to beat me that day.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That one too. I'll never forget that one, what you said
that
to him.
look, I thought I was going to be dead.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Have you got a son? Yes. Is he as ugly as you are?
And you know,
Brutal.
And do you know I called him ugly from then on?
Yes, he knows her. He never forgot her. And our last family reunion that we had, and he said, "I'll never forget her because she's the one that stuck ugly on me."
I had to be in Mom. Was I like 8, 9? I was young. I was little.
So
You
for
7 or
people
8 somewhere in there.
so for people that don't
She
know,
walked up as Frazier, please. Do you have a boy? Yes. Was he as ugly as you are? Oh God, she just can't do
Mom
that.
looked at me when she went, Cynthia.
You come here and I would turn and fingernail.
And he just starts dying laughing.
Even leave her alone. Even when she tells
I thought
us,
for
"Leave the children
sure.
with it."
I thought for sure I was going to be dead. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Mom gave me
yes,
that
yes,
look like,
well.
wait till you're alone. I was like, oh, I didn't get a
for
whipping.
people that don't know, Cynthia doesn't have a filter to begin with.
No.
As old as she is, so you can imagine as a child,
Okay.
she definitely had no filter.
No, this is true.
Whatever she thought, she spoke.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still kind of like that, but
I am.
That's what I'm saying.
Still like that.
It was turned up a
Yeah.
notch when she was younger.
Well, listening with songs. It's all,
That would be so funny.
it's big battery and then walked around the building on her head.
Well,
one of the questions, Mom, because we need to get going.
Well, what's one piece of advice, Mom, you wish somebody had gave you when you were younger, when you had kids?
I kind of went that.
How to be a good mom.
You were a good mom.
you're a great mom.
And
Yeah.
it gave me a lot to how to take care of kids that I didn't know how.
Well, you know, none of us know really what to do. You don't go to be a parent camp before you have children, though, maybe you
They
should
need
to some
to.
people, but you
learn.
It's
you
not
learn.
wired. I mean, women are supposed to be nurturers, but you're not going to know everything.
No.
I mean, there's people out there
No,
that
you're
have.
different. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she did a wonderful job to have time
Yeah.
control. And we all survived. We all have our limb.
You're gonna
That you birth naturally.
Yes.
And I thank God that all my girls is good girls and they have no drugs, not like Cynthia. They're good girls, and Cynthia's I can't really say she don't drink that much. She did.
Well, she ain't an alcoholic.
No.
That's what I meant.
Like, I
yeah.
have a beer every now and then, but I
just to be social.
Yeah.
Mom's just used to living in a dry county, and Mom, I tell you what, as much as Cynthia drinks ain't nothing compared to what people around here drink.
It's not dry anymore.
Well, I like a glass of wine or something like that every now and then.
I have a whole bottle of wine
But
in
I
there
don't
calling
drink
my
the whole
name.
bottle. If I did, I'd be wasted. I'd go.
Maybe we all would.
I'd sleep
Yeah.
good.
I wish we could
Oh, yeah.
put that clip of Debbie on there tasting that wine out of Mom's refrigerator
Oh,
that had been sitting in there for like a couple of years.
Lord have mercy, that was hilarious.
I don't think I've ever laughed so hard. I thought I was going to piss myself watching that video.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, and for me to put it,
I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it, and if I can, I'll put it in editing.
yeah, I have it because I'm the one that filmed it through Snapchat, and I put the Snapchat filter on her while she was talking, and she had no clue that I was filming it, so it was even more funny.
Well, we have to make sure she's okay with us uploading it, but yeah. 2 questions left to ask. And Stephanie, it's on the very last page.
Hold on just a minute. Does that mean?
No.
Oh, she has pet peeves now. She chewing with your mouth open. That's one thing you did not do as a kid.
Unless you want your mouth smacked.
And you didn't stare at people.
That is the last one that I have, Cynthia.
Sorry. You must not send.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mom, if you could swap roles with one of your child for a day, what's one thing you would be excited to experience from their perspective? And what's one thing you dread?
Hey, G, golly G.
If you could swap roles with a child for one day, what is one thing you would be excited to experience from their perspective?
How about a
What's
grandchild? How about a grandchild? You can swap places with Jenna for a little while.
Yeah, there you go. I could go do that. That way,
Can I swap places
good-looking guy
too?
looking at me.
Yeah.
I'd be a hot tamale then.
What's the one thing that you would regret? What would be one of the things you regret?
Well, I first had regretted that I ever got married, but if I had never got married, I wouldn't have had young.
No, about swapping places.
Oh,
I don't understand that question. Regret what if you wanted to swap with somebody, then you wouldn't make that choice to do it to begin with.
I think
Well.
of, Freaky Friday, that movie. That's what I was thinking of when I heard that question.
No.
Like, you know how the mom switches places with her daughter, and the daughter had to become really serious. Freaky
yeah.
Friday. That
Well,
movie.
I have to do that with each one of them. That way I know at least, I get to feel of all of it.
Mom be like,
Other than
Go get back.
just trying to live through experiences all over again, that would be the only regret I would think. Is just like,
Yeah.
ugh, I don't want to deal with this stupid
If I
stuff.
could go back to the beginning of starting to have yins and know what I know now, it would be a lot different.
It'd be a lot easier, huh?
Yeah.
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 Well,
Wait a minute.
let's.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
go
ever
ahead.
go back?
Melissa has one other
I'm
question.
game.
You have one other question.
She does.
What's the most unexpected or surprising thing you've discovered about yourself since becoming a mother?
Oh, that I love taking care of people and cooking.
You didn't realize you were that type of person until you were having kids and
No.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I love to cook, but then when I started working at the hospital and stuff, that's when I realized that I really love taking care of people. But I always liked baking, cooking.
do you think you would like to travel more? Or
Yeah,
do you think you're more of a homebody?
I love a whole lot. I ain't got nobody to go with now.
Well, I mean, you do, but I'm just saying, would you think that you would enjoy it as much because
No.
you'd rather be at home? You're more comfortable at home.
I wouldn't enjoy that being at home. It's just like I've been out there on the road and everything, and I've seen it once, and I ain't seen nothing to impress me.
I get that.
Because it ain't what it is. It's nothing that I've ever expected to be. Everything is different. It is a letdown.
Aw, yeah, I can see that.
Well, to be fair, when you were on the road, you didn't really get to go and experiencing anything that was on the road because your partner at the time was just like, no, we don't have time for that.
I think the biggest problem for Mom is just that who she was with, that person didn't make it enjoyable.
No,
there was things that made it not enjoyable.
Right, I agree to that. I think so too. I think if you and I like we would go to like y'all's time. Like the time we went to the Ginger Jam. Yes. I had a good time with that. Yes.
See?
Jam.
I did. I like that. But I wasn't by myself.
Right.
Just go ahead and say it, Mom. Just go ahead and say it, Mom. Men can be shit. and they don't know how to have fun, and it's better to go with a bunch of women and have fun and let loose.
You got that right. Men are a-ho.
Yeah.
Dad never would go nowhere with me. He was, I don't know, he was too busy elsewhere. And then the
He is
other
a
one,
homebody.
we're down here to work.
All right. So, because we kind of need to wrap it up, let's go ahead and do they're not questions, but each one of us tell what it is that she means to us and what we are particularly thankful for her.
Okay, oldest to the youngest. Melissa, go first.
I mean, she knows. She knows, I'm thankful because, well, hell, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for her. And, just being there anytime the phone rings, she picks it up. She's always there and ready to answer any stupid question that at my age I should already know. But,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right,
And I
Stephanie, you're
love you.
next.
Yeah.
Lord. Getting pregnant at a young age, you were there for me when nobody else was.
True.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate you for that. Love you for it. For being there for me for that.
Yes.
Because that was a rough time for poor Stephanie.
Yes, it was. Very rough. Yes. Teaching me to sew, and I love to sew. And cooking and just being there, like when I needed help with the kids or, going through divorce, all that kind of stuff. You were always there for me, and I love you for it.
No.
Here's something else I want to say to Mom, that even though you went through a lot of shit in your
Oh, yeah.
life, I don't think you understand that we realized growing up what you were growing through. We didn't know how to say, Mom, that's bullshit. You shouldn't put up with that. We didn't know how to relate that to you, how we felt about it, until we were old enough to see and understand it. But I think it's made us the way we are now because of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even though you had to go through it, I think it's made us more stronger of women
We're going to do that again.
because of it. And then now, we're like, you should enjoy yourself, Mom. You should do the things you've always wanted to do because we know you didn't get to do it.
Because
Exactly.
yeah, and it's for us. It's also we want to see you enjoy life now that
Now
that
that
make
you don't
sense?
have to put up with all of that.
Yeah.
hmm
That'll never happen again.
And
Right.
it's not like you don't have states you can go visit and have a free place to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one in Virginia, Tennessee, Florida.
I'm just gonna move out. I'm just gonna move out and just and I'm telling you, you
She
can
needs
Oh
a
yeah.
Mom needs a Winnebago.
No, she just needs a suitcase.
I'm just saying, her little Winnebago. She could have a little Winnebago. That way she could stop and pit stop at places.
Not
A
in
little-
today's world, no.
Yeah, she could.
Not time zone.
All right. I think it's Gina's turn.
It is my turn. Mommy, thank you for always believing in me and trusting me when no one else would trust me. No one thought that I was the person I was. The only person that saw who I was really was you at the beginning. And and when everybody else thought, when the whole world was against me, you were there to fight them the whole step of the way. And you were always by my side, and I could always fall back on you. And it was tough for a while as a kid and as a teenager. And I always felt like I could not get people to understand around me that I wasn't this person that they thought I was. And the only person who really knew that was you. So thank you. And I love you.
No, no, you. And I'll always know each one of my girls is good.
Reassuring Gina that she wasn't drinking glass.
Or eating dope.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mom. I'm thankful because you're my best friend. If I need someone to talk to, I reach out. I can't tell you how many times I called you and like, Mom, I'm dying. Stop being stupid. When I was going through my divorce, you were a rock to lean on. When I called crying because I had to discipline my son, you were there to tell me you're being a good mom. Let's see. When I have my meltdowns, just my bad times, my good times, I always came to you to celebrate or to mourn. It could be most stupidest things, but you were always there.
Her dad jokes.
My dad jokes. You
Well,
still find them
I
funny?
know with that.
Dad, Jim.
She called me the other morning and woke me up to tell me a joke. I was like, what?
Melissa. Yep.
But in all, I think that you're the best support system ever. And I'm very, very thankful
thank
for
you.
you. And I strive to be the best mom and support to my son because of you. You're a great role model. And I love you.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
We
Yeah,
love
go
you,
for it.
Mommy.
Love you.
I'll hug her for you, girl.
Oh, big old smooches. Big smooches.
Squishy, squishy, squishy.
So we hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with us. I know everybody who listens is also going to enjoy our mom, because if you're not, I'll kill you. No, but we appreciate you taking the time out, hanging out with us tonight. We love you, and this is kind of our Mother's Day card to you that we're spreading out to the world that our mother is the best.
Yeah,
Our
I
mom.
really
Our
enjoyed
mom is the best.
Loved it.
Our mom's the best.
Yes.
Our mom's
Thank
the
you.
best. Love you. But
Love
we're gonna wrap it up and let everybody start heading to bed, because I know some people gotta go up early in the morning.
Yes.
And thank you for listening. Thank you, Mom, for being our very first guest. High five. And we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.